So welcome everyone. Please remember that the meeting is being recorded. My name is Adam Rosman. I will be your host today on Metal3 Community meeting. Today is the 16th of February 2022. And as always, let's start with the introduction. So if you are new to the meeting, please introduce yourself. Okay, if there's nobody, then we can continue to the first agenda point from Ricardo related to the CentOS stream image.
Yeah, thank you. The topic here is migrating the images to use the CentOS Stream 9 base image that we have on K. The patch is actually ready. It has been tested and it builds fine, it works fine. There are a couple of things that you may find a bit awkward there, like reinstalling the TZ data package, for example, or one option at the very beginning in the builder where we install a package just to have a conversion table for when using MMD, and also something related to the EPEL repositories where the installation, it doesn't happen with a simple package, but actually installing using the full URL. This is because there are still some things that are being worked on different sites. But in general, so again, the image works, and this is actually like the direction that we would like to take for different reasons. So first of all, I put there that maybe we want to wait just because, of course, CentOS Stream 8 is not going away for another like 2 years or so. The full the updates should happen for CentOS Stream 8 until 2024. So it's very it's still like 2 years to go. But again, we can eventually keep parallel tests for that if anyone is still interested in using CentOS Stream 8. And of course, it's easy to do that because we have an argument where we can easily change the base image there. The only thing is that, of course, using a different image might require installing different packages or following different like a slightly different mechanics or logic internally. So that if we want to keep also CentOS Stream 8, that might require more work to adapt the image, the internal logic of the Docker file and also of the scripts. The main reason to move to CentOS Stream 9 is because on CentOS Stream 8, we have Python 3.6, which is EOL already, actually at the end of December of last year, because it's lacking security support. It's, well, and in CentOS Stream 9, we have Python 3.9. This is like also a good reason because in OpenStack upstream, so for Ironic as well, we are slowly removing everything related to Python 3.6. We're still keeping Python 3.6 for this release cycle for OpenStack, for Ironic, sorry, upstream. That means that it will stay until May, but after, in the next release cycle, Python 3.6 will be removed. So, of course, we still have a couple of months but we need to be prepared. That's why I started creating this change so early. So yeah, the PR is there. Feel free to check the changes. I would like to keep it on hold still for a while, at least until we have more discussion on this, and until like we are confident that we actually want to do the migration. Just remember that, of course, in a couple of months we will be forced to do that because of the changes in Ironic upstream. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. From EST part, I think I can talk about that. I think we don't have any strong requirements for CentOS 8 stream. So I think from our side it's fine if you move forward with this. But please, if other EST members have other opinion, share it. Or anybody else, if you think you see use case where the CentOS 8 stream would be beneficial for you. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, and I will wait for some feedback from other members. So I will just keep this on hold for another couple of weeks, and then remove the hold and see what happens if we're all okay with that.
Yeah. Have you mentioned this? I haven't checked on the mailing list or on the
no.
Slack.
There's another thing that I'm going to do, of course, before moving forward with this. Inform the entire community, so mailing list and also Slack channel. I just wanted to have like a live discussion on that, since it's kind of a big change.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
The next one is from me. It's just a question related to BMO. Those who are actively working on BMO, what is your opinion about the API versioning? So how do you plan to move forward with the APIs? Is there some plan in place? I don't have any request related to this. I just want to know, or basically we had a discussion in EST that it would be nice to know what is the plan to mature the API, because now for quite some time, or actually all the time, or during all of the development, it's V1 Alpha 1. Do you have any plan to progress with that? Like change it to V1 Alpha 2 or something? Okay, so I think there's nobody here who would be like working on that, or who would actually have anything to say related to that. Okay, I will bring then this up on the next meetings, because I'd really like to get an answer to this. But if there's nobody at the moment, then it's fine. Is there anything else that you might want to discuss here before we start the triaging?
Hello, Adam. I just wanted to bring up one topic. Sorry, I joined a bit late. There is a KubeCon happening soon. I think in a month or two. And are we interested to present Metal3 there? Because I think deadline for showing interest to present Metal3 is not yet over. And if you think that we should talk about Metal3 as we usually do, then we can just submit the request and fill the form.
I'm interested in this at least. I can send you a PM later.
Yep, sure. I'm also personally would like to participate and talk about Metal3. I think at least there were some nice features that landed in Metal3 from the time that we last presented in the cube room. So if basically there are more people interested and wants to participate, please let us know, and then we could just come up with some slides and maybe what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, feel free. And have you mentioned, Feruz, that if I remember correctly, this will be online completely, right? That it's in person.
I think the KubeCon in general this time is hybrid, and it's going to be in Italy, I think in Europe. But I'm not sure if there will be people from Metal3 community who are going in person. So most probably, yes, it's going to be online for us to present.
Yeah, I think so, because as far as I remember, I read somewhere that at least the Ericsson employees all should allow to for the virtual attendance for this KubeCon. Is it on May, right?
Yeah, I think it's May. I was just going through the links.
Yeah, I think that that would be online for us at least, maybe.
Do you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Sorry. I think it's in Spain. And anyhow, I just wanted to, if possible, to comment on your question, Adam, before I have some problems with the microphone about the BMO API. Maybe it's worth to open a more dedicated discussion as a PR, because there are different things moving in terms of the API. Recently, there was the splitting in terms of host CR. So there could be some other changes, I'm not sure. But in general, my feedback is that probably this is a good question that could require a little bit of additional thinking and discussion to decide if we are near a point where could be considered mature enough. Of course, the latest splits were in terms of CR had an impact. They were important. So it could be useful also to gather the whole community feedback on it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
sure. Thank you. That sounds very good. I would open a PR and then we could discuss it and then came up with a proposal related to this. Yeah, that sounds good, at least for me. And yeah, Feruz, you raise your hand.
And just a heads up, I think we had open issue in BMO, which is there were some people requesting releasing process to be added in BMO. So if you maybe open issues, if it's not closed, maybe you can just find that. me find it from here. Can you maybe search for release like Control F and if it is not closed? Yeah, I think that's the one.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And there was some discussion. It's lifecycle is stale. Probably we should remove the stale tag. And maybe we can continue here or even just create another one. But just wanted to say that we had this kind of discussion some time ago.
Yeah, I think it would be nice if we would like this is really about the frequent really tag releases. I mean, the name is a bit weird for me, but we could link to this or I'm actually not sure that should we close this or leave it as it is and continue. Should we take, how is it at the moment? Let me just check. So isn't it more about the release tags? I'm not sure. Okay, I will check this. I think not just me, but
yeah, it could be actually, but those tags that we're creating in BMO right now are based on the release of CAPM3. So whenever we are releasing CAPM3, we're adding a new tag in the BMO so that we track the state of the BMO at the time the release is happening in CAPM3. But yeah, it could not be related to. I also need to check because it was a long time ago.
yeah, okay. I have to read through this a bit more in detail and then see. But yeah, in general, it would be nice to get a grasp on that. How are we planning to version it with the API and the releases and whatnot together and move forward in some predictable way. Yeah. Okay. I think regardless, I will open an issue and then I will link this discussion also there. And if the community wants it otherwise, then I will just change. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for all the answers. Is there anything else related to the things that we discussed or new stuff? Okay, if not, then we can continue with the triaging. So I have put here triage filter or like issue filters to make it a bit simpler. Thanks for the suggestion. Furkat suggested it last time. So 2 of these needs triaging, or actually 3 of these. One is this one. I think that's the newest one. For host, it is for a bare metal operator. So it's basically feature request. Is there somebody who want to share something related to this? Because I am not that familiar with BMO features. I mean, like what should we have in BMO and what not. So
sure, I can talk about this. Yeah, this
okay.
is so this is a webhook that we add for validation of the host firmware settings, which is a resource that captures the BIOS settings. So what we do, we have webhooks for bare metal for bare metal hosts, And this would be just adding one for host firmware settings. I'll be putting this support in short term at some point over the next month or so. So I can, assign this to myself. It's a feature.
Yeah. Okay. And from my side, it's accepted. If anybody has other opinion, then please voice your opinion. It's a feature. I assign you to it, and
Thanks.
yeah, I think that's done. Okay, thank you. And next one, this is an old one. I actually accepted it, but I like Furkat removed it because I couldn't remove the accepted tag, and it was a bug report or flake or some problem that this person had with the bootloader. It's BMO likewise, and I actually have no clue about this, and we would need more information because he was pinged and still like no answer. So would somebody be interested to reproduce this problem or investigate this? If not, I think I will just leave it as it is.
I think that makes sense to just leave it because there was no response, right? There's since the last time.
Yeah.
And then if there would be a response, maybe we could take a look again and assign someone. Just my opinion.
Yeah, that's my opinion too. Unless there's somebody who want to like try to reproduce this, but that might take forever. So okay, I guess nobody. So I will leave it like that. And there is this one, this offensive language purging. What is? I thought I have life cycle active. This one to stale. Okay, I just accept it.
Yeah, we have, I think most of the repositories, they have now have been converted or trying to purchase offensive language. For example, the master, the name of the branches for master have been renamed to to the main, and then some other references in some config files have been also changed. There is only one repository, which is Metal3 Dev, that is not yet converted, like changed into the main branch as a default. But after that, I think at least branch names and then some configuration like YAML manifest will be good, and then we can probably close it. I think Kashif is monitoring this this particular issue.
Yeah, and it was actually created, I think, in all of the repos. So there was an issue in all of the repos. Yeah. Here it is, and that's.
Oh, there is another repo. It seems hardware classification. So 2 repositories basically.
Yeah.
You go through some sanitization.
Yeah, it's weird. I thought I accepted this one. Okay, I probably just missed this one, and I think that was the root issue. Like that was the first ticket that Maya created originally. I would assume that. It looks quite old. Okay, that's nothing to do here. The renaming is almost done. Okay, so we are done with the needs triaging. Very good. Next one are the stale ones. So what's stale? We have. Let's start from top or from the bottom, from the top. that was this. The more that's the one that we have discussed. I think I can remove the stale here because it's still a discussion.
I agree.
Yeah. It's not stale. And I will link it in the other issue. Okay. Then we had the bootloader. This is stale, and I won't remove the stale because there was no answer related to this. Next one is again an old one, support for firmware updates in BMO. But someone needs to write this. Okay, so this was a feature request technically, and we would need help, so I will put that the help too. Would somebody be why oh I probably assign myself to keep track of this. I will unassign myself. Okay, so would anybody be interested in this? To write a proposal for this? Okay, no problem. I tagged it have wanted. If you see anywhere like anything that says have wanted, feel free to check it and work on that. And I think I will remove the stale. From here because Dimitri answered it not so long ago. Okay, and then the last one is again for the bare metal operator. Ironic copy failing, waiting for ETH2. Coding. Okay. I won't be able to remove the triage accepted, and that was incorrectly accepted when I went through them. Furkat, or can you put like the more information, or like can you remove the triage accepted here? I put here the more information needed later.
Sure.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. Okay. So that was all the stale. Let's check the frozen. Two is frozen. One for ironic image. Does anybody know anything about the progress related to this?
Can you maybe ping on the issue, or I can do that, like to check with Harley if the issue is still valid, or just listen.
Pinging on Slack or somebody?
On the issue itself, I can do it
issue.
actually.
Okay.
Or
okay.
yeah, just to check because it's from 2019.
Yeah, yeah, but if you see it was still
It's frozen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to check with them, like with him, like what's up with this issue, and maybe he can just share more.
Yeah.
So I'll just leave a comment on the issue right now.
Okay, thanks. The next one is even assigned. This is a host should be powered down once deleted. That's again quite old. Yes, yes. There's a it was kept alive quite long. I think, okay, that's quite weird. It's frozen, but then there are actually stuff emerged.
Yeah, I quickly checked it. It looks like there was one PR that was trying to fix it, and then that was closed, and the next one was open, and that one needed a rebase, but that was not the case, and then it automatically closed, I think.
Is it okay if I ask what's the progress with this, or what's up with this? Because like this was merged, like this detached annotation.
Yeah, I don't know why that was referenced in the why it referenced that bug, but it, like that's not a fix for the bug.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to the issue for a second, and yeah, if you open the first one, this 816,
This
that is closed. Yep.
816.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah, if you go down, it's closed and it says replaced by another PR. The way down. Oh, it's actually the one. Yeah, no, it's the one I think that is fixing it, but it needed a rebase basically, and then it didn't happen, and it was closed automatically.
Yeah, so it was waiting on number 841 there, which I think has now merged, finally. But then Sandy never got back to this one, I don't think.
okay. So I will ping him here, and you mentioned it was 841. That was fixing this issue. So if I
No, but 841 was required before this patch could go in, basically.
can I look for issue number?
Yeah, GitHub doesn't let you search like that because there it is.
Okay, so this is the better handling power management error. Okay, I copy this and I will ping him, ask him, was it all done there?
I'm not sure if that's correct because on the 816 it says that 841 should go in first before moving on with actual fix.
Right. I think there's still one more thing to do.
Yeah. So if 814 is merged, then probably we should reopen the 816 that's automatically closed and do a rebase, and then
Yeah, I think that's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically 816 should be reopened. That's
Yep.
And what was this? It's frozen, but okay, I see why it got frozen, but now we have triaging, so I will remove this. Okay, okay. Thanks for all the help. One stays frozen, and the other is handled. Okay, so we have stay frozen, and then we have help wanted. This is the last one. So most of, don't worry, most of it are just the documentation. So if you have time, please select something from the documentation. That would be much appreciated. And so this first one, again, that's not something that we have to discuss. We discussed the bootloader. We discussed the support for firmware update. There is all documentation, and these 4 that we have to discuss still. I close all of these. So clean up ironic deployment manifests that we have discussed before when Leonard first mentioned this during the community meeting. Would you like to add something to this, Leonard?
Not sure. Like, I just think it would be nice to have the same kind of well, the manifest would look similar between BMO and Ironic. Now it looks like Ironic was sort of a little bit forgotten while BMO moved ahead or something like this.
Yeah, what I really wanted to know is that you haven't started to work on this, right?
No, not really, no.
Okay, so I think this is up for grabs. So if somebody would be interested, would it be okay if we would be like a contact person for this?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so anybody who would be interested in this, please feel free to contact Leonard and then assign yourself, please. And next one is accommodate upgrade test better. Yeah, this was this big proposal that we discussed last time. It's a discussion, so feel free to discuss this whole proposal under here. I think that's still up for debate. And then we have core logs for init containers. That's again created by Leonard, and I guess the same, right? So you haven't started working on this, and anybody could join in or take
correct
this.
Yes,
Thanks. And then live ISO support. So now there is actually work related to live ISO, but I'm not sure that the work that EST is doing related to live ISO is the same as this, right?
No.
No.
Well, it is related to
Related.
that, but this I just noticed it while I was seeing the email related to this. So I just noticed that we're missing the disk format in the Captain's APIs, in some of the Captain's APIs from the anomaly step. It just needs to be added.
Yeah, so
that's great.
Yeah, so could we do the same here, right, as with Leonard? So if somebody would be interested to fix this, you can be a contact person for this.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. So that was actually all all of the things that either have wanted, has a have wanted label, stale, frozen, or needed triage.
Sorry, if you go back to issues, I think we missed the one of them. I'm not sure if we discussed the first one, the validating webhook for bare metal host.
I thought I skipped this intentionally. I thought that this is being worked on by this group of people. Like there is quite a lot of activity on this. But yeah, we can discuss, sure.
Okay. Yeah, I thought we just missed it. No worries.
By the way, is here somebody who is actually worked on working on this? Could you share something related to the progress? It is validating webhook for bare metal host. But I think, yeah.
It seems
it's just kind of a long-term tracking thing rather than open, 20 different issues. We have one checklist here where we can like check off stuff as it gets added. So it's probably going to remain open for a while. That's
Okay, thanks. And I guess that's open to the community to work on this.
yeah. Feel free to pick up any of those.
Yeah. Yes, Ferus.
yeah, just read the title of the issue and just wanted to give a heads up. Like there was in the latest release of the Kubernetes, I think there was this addition to the CRD that allows you to have the built-in validations injected into the CRD. So when you're creating the CRD, you have the specific field which has this message explaining what that field should expect, and then the rule that you want to give for a specific field, instead of creating validation, admission, webhooks, or even defaulting. You can actually rely on that feature. But for now, it is in alpha state, meaning like it's not by default enabled. And I don't know how long it will take for us for this task to be implemented. But in general, that's one nice feature that might simplify the way that webhooks are implemented in different projects. Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know about that. I'll have to look it up. But I mean, a lot of the stuff here requires like running actual code to validate. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get away without a webhook.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah. So I think we go through this, and I don't have any other filter, and that took quite a lot of time anyway. So does any of you have any suggestions, problems, or improvements, questions that you would like to bring up related to the meeting? What should we change, or is everything okay like this?
I think it's good at least.
Okay, if there's nothing to mention related to this, then I thank you for your attendance and have a nice rest of the day.
Thank you, Adam. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.